What's up everybody, Emerald Void here, bringing you this video where I am going to give you my first impressions of a Photoshop-like app. Well, it's more like a website. It's called Pixlr. I'm using the, I believe it's Pixlr X, the Express. I'm using that, and I had a user in one of my other videos, my EDO Pro videos, said that he uses this, and I thought I would check it out and see what it was all about. So on screen right now you should be seeing a image of what I'm going to be making today. I made this thumbnail in Photoshop. I'm going to try my best to replicate it in Pixlr using I have a folder with everything saved in it, and I'm going to try my best to replicate that thumbnail. And alright, yeah, let's get started. Okay, so before we get into it, here's the folder with all of the graphics that I thought that I might use to make this thumbnail. So these are literally just graphics. Got that from Pixlr, got that from their website, downloaded that off Google Images. I made that, but I didn't do a very good job, so I'm probably actually not going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Got that from their website, got that off Google Images, got that off their website, got that off their website, got that off Google Images. So that is literally all of the resources that I use in that thumbnail, and other than like a gradient and some other little effects that I did in Photoshop, that's all I'm gonna be using. So yeah, let's dive right on in. Alright, so for the most part, I'm just gonna be time-lapsing through all of this, mainly because making that whole thumbnail is gonna be it's gonna take me a minute, and I don't want to split this video up into a million parts. So we're just gonna create a new, we're gonna make a 1280 by 720. And you can already see right here, this is, you know, it's pretty much like Photoshop. If you can set your transparent background here, where it says background, where it's not like, when it's like this, it's transparent. When you click there, it lets you pick a color, but I want to work in the transparency, and click create. So I'm gonna make the thumbnail really quick, and then as things come up as I'm working in the software, I will pipe in and make little points and notes and stuff. And at the end of but when I'm completely done with making the thumbnail, I'll give you my final thoughts on the product. So for real this time, let's get started. Okay, just thought I would pop in here real quick and kind of give a few little impressions that I'm getting so far. So one thing that's weird is that there's no blending options in Pixlr. To my knowledge, like the option there, it's not that they don't have the options. There's just not a button that you click to go to your blending options like in Photoshop. So that's a little weird. Other than that, it has been a pretty enjoyable experience. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and when I get done, because we're almost done, all we've got to do really is add the gradient on the text and position that, and then we're done. So yeah, back in a sec. Okay, so let me pop in again real quick. One thing, this is not like a big deal, but I don't have all of the fonts that I have installed on my computer, so that's kind of a bummer. But what can you do when this is, you know, a completely free application for you to use? That's probably about as close as it's gonna get. But let me finish this up, and I will be right back. Okay, so again, this is a problem that I'm seem to be having, is like making text effects. I did find out where the stroke's at, but it adds this really weird pixelated edges to it. So I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Because that looks a little bit on the jank side. See, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I did manage to find a few of the text elements that I was looking for. Sort of, kind of, but I still can't find the blending options that I'm looking for. So that's kind of unfortunate. So right here under styles, you've got all these different things. The background, the outline, all that stuff, but there's really not anything for like gradients and stuff. Well, I also discovered, it's not a huge deal. Again, this is just one of the many things that I've been spoiled to. Certain Photoshop shortcut functions, such as Control-J, don't work on Pixlr. So if you're trying to duplicate a layer, you've literally got to hit the duplicate button up here, which is, I mean, it is what it is. I understand that this is not going to be a one-to-one representation of Photoshop, but it's just one of those things. Alright, so we're almost done. We've just got to add the gradient to the text, and we will be done. So finally got it done. Let me pull them up side by side and show you the comparisons. So the one on the left is going to be the Photoshop one. The one on the right is going to be the Pixlr one. Overall, that was it wasn't a hard thing to learn. Like I said, a few things that I don't particularly like about Pixlr. One being that there's no real blending options. Everything's just kind of scattered around all over the place. So you've got to kind of dig around to find your tools. Your toolbar over here with all your basic tools, that is more than adequately functional. The layers over here, again, more than functional. The history, that is what it is. Actually, the layers is fine. The navigate's fine. It's all fine. Like, it is not a bad program at all. Is it better than Photoshop? That is subjective, but to me, no. Would I recommend it? Hell yeah. If you don't have Photoshop, you don't really care for GIMP, or you don't know what GIMP is, I 125 million% recommend this software. It is actually, this was more of an enjoyable experience than I was thinking, because I'm not going to lie, when I heard that there was a web-based photo manipulator, photo editor, Photoshop-esque program, whatever you want to call it, when I heard that there was something like that, I was very skeptical. I'm like, nah, no way. It's going to suck. It's going to be trash. But this was actually an enjoyable experience. Minus the few things, like I said, that I didn't particularly, that I do miss from Photoshop. This is definitely more than adequate to do any kind of graphics that you would ever want to do in Photoshop. One complaint that I did not mention earlier, the gradient on text is strange. I'm not sure if I did it I guess the correct way. I did it the only way that I could think of to do it, which was to rasterize the text layer, because when you go to gradient, if you're on let me hide these, bring up Pixlr. So this is the text, the original text. If you go to gradient and try to add it to the text, it doesn't let you add it. It says gradient only works on image layers. Select another layer. So that's kind of unfortunate. I had to, like I said, I just rasterized the text layers where they were technically an image, and then just added the gradient that way. You do, however, still see a little bit of the black lines and stuff, but when this is shrunk down to the size of an actual thumbnail, though, it's negligible what you can actually see. This background piece here with all the pictures of the toolbars and stuff, that was pretty much just like Photoshop, just placing them and dragging them and moving them and stuff. But yeah, overall, this was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Does make me feel spoiled in a way, because, you know, Photoshop has spoiled me. Could I adapt to this if, you know, worst case scenario, some major thing happens, Photoshop shuts down for whatever reason. Adobe's like, oh, we're never supporting Photoshop again. We're taking all of it down. I could learn how to use this and make graphics for sure. This is very nice little application, and props to the people that made this software. If I had to grade it on a scale of from 1 to 5, I'd give it a solid 4. No doubt. Definitely a super solid software, and it's one that I've enjoyed, but it did lose some points because, like I said, some things were a little different between Photoshop and this that were just kind of annoying, but you can definitely work around them. But that is going to be it for the video, guys. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell icon to stay up to date for when we post any and all videos. Let me know what you guys think about Pixlr. Do you guys use it? What do you tongue-tied. What do you guys use for your photo editing and stuff, and your graphics and stuff? Let me know down in the comment section below. But I'm Emerald Void, and before I go, I've just got one question for you. Are you feeling nostalgic yet?